everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I am bringing you guys a makeup declutter video. So I'm going to do a makeup declutter video, and then I think I'm going to do a mini kind of fashion clothes and just stuff that I want to get rid of. The whole purpose of these videos is that I will be getting rid of stuff so that I can start 2019 fresh and with stuff that I actually like and stuff that I actually use. So yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of some of my makeup and I will take you guys on that journey. So yeah, I am in my dressing gown just because I want to be comfortable and I hope you guys don't mind. So yeah, I'm wearing my dressing gown. I will go through my IKEA drawers and then I will go through the process of me deciding whether I want to keep an item or get rid of it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, if you like me and you like my channel, then make sure to click that subscribe button, yeah, and follow me on Instagram. So yeah, should we get started? So this is my little IKEA drawer, and the first drawer is my eyeshadow palette. So I have this full of eyeshadow palettes, and I also have some more back there, and then some blushes. However, I won't be decluttering my blushes because I really don't have that many anyway, so no point decluttering them because I do like them, and to me I don't have that many. So I'm really sorry about the angle of the video, but this is the only way that I can think of how I can actually film this video. So yeah, let's get started with my eyeshadow palettes. So the first one that I'm pulling out is my Naked Heat palette. You guys know that I absolutely love this eyeshadow palette, and yes, I will definitely be keeping it. The next eyeshadow palette is the Naked Cherry, which is one of the latest additions to my eyeshadow palette collection. So yeah, I will definitely be keeping this eyeshadow palette as well. Absolutely, I'm obsessed with the colours in this palette, so yeah, I love this. So continuing on with the naked trend, this is my Urban Decay original naked palette, and yes, so like everyone else, this was the first ever eyeshadow palette that I ever had. Love this eyeshadow palette, but it is very old. I got this when I was 16. I've hit pan on quite a few of the shades, but yeah, I really don't use it, and I feel like I've had it for like, what, since I was 16, I'm 22. So that's 6 years. I feel like 6 years is a very long time, and it's probably about time I got rid of this one. So yeah, I'm going to be saying goodbye to my original naked palette. The next palette is my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. So yeah, I've had this eyeshadow palette about a couple of years. I didn't get it straight away when it came out, but yeah, I've had it a couple of years. I really like it, and the pale shimmery colour here is my favourite ever brow bone highlighter. It looks very pink in the pan, but honestly in real life it's a lot more golden. However, I don't really use the other shades in this palette, so I feel like I'm just keeping it for that shade, but until I find a replacement, I will be keeping this. So continuing on with the chocolate bar trend. I'm sorry if my eyeshadow palettes are really dirty, but hey ho, I'm a real person. So yeah, continuing on with the chocolate bar trend, this is the chocolate gold palette. I took this on holiday, and unfortunately a couple of the shades actually broke. So this one broke here, and which other one? This one broke, which is like a greeny colour. So these two broke, which is really sad. But yeah, I really enjoy this eyeshadow palette. I love the colours. The quality of this is so gorgeous and buttery, and the mattes are stunning as well. You can tell that they really upgraded the formula between the chocolate bar and this one. So yeah, I love this palette, and honestly it's so fragrant. So yeah, I will definitely be keeping this eyeshadow palette. And then my final Too Faced palette is this gingerbread palette. I love the shades in this, just absolutely gorgeous. Just my kind of tones. Definitely keeping this, only just bought it. The next eyeshadow palette is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk. I was really obsessed with this in summer. Like you can see, I hit pan on this orange shade here, and again I dropped this whilst I was on holiday. So this shade here, oh it actually might have been before, I'm not sure. But yeah, at some point I dropped it and the glittery shade came out. It didn't really bother me because I don't really use the glittery shades that much. I do love this colour here, the orange I love obviously, like the shimmery shades. However, some of the shades that I was really excited about, like the duochrome shades here and there, I was so excited about them and they just don't perform very well. And I don't really use the shades on this side either. So, and the purple, for some reason this purple matte is not that pigmented. It's not the same as the other, so yeah, quite disappointing, but I will be keeping it. I'm tempted to get the rose gold palette. I think that looks really, really nice, but yeah, I will be keeping this for now. Then I have my Anastasia Soft Glam palette. You guys know I love this eyeshadow palette. Just looks like so. I need to give it some more love actually. I haven't used it in a little while, but yeah, really, really, really gorgeous eyeshadow palette. Love the colours, definitely keeping that. And then I have my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. You guys are going to be shocked. Well, you're not going to be shocked because if you watch my channel, then you're going to know that I don't really like this eyeshadow palette. I just don't like it. And now I have the Naked Cherry, I feel like I don't really need it. I'm weird. I don't like the formula of Anastasia eyeshadows. They're just not my favourite. They're quite powdery. A lot of fallback. I experience it with this palette and the Soft Glam, but however with the colours in the Soft Glam it's a little bit more forgiving for me, but in the Modern Renaissance I just don't love it. And yeah, there's just not a transition for my deep skin tone. There's only one shimmer shade which is down here. I wish they had like a cranberry shimmery shade as well, but they don't. It's just very bland for me, and all the other colours I have in other palettes, so yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of this one. So the next eyeshadow is the Makeup Forever Smoky Artist Shadow. So this I actually got from TK Maxx. It just has some cool tone shades in there. The black is very nice. The colours are quite nice. They're not like amazing. What I'm saying is they're not mind-blowing, but they're pretty good. However, so yeah, I will be keeping this just because it's pretty much the only cool tone eyeshadow palette that I have, and I got it from TK Maxx, and yeah, it's my only Makeup Forever eyeshadow palette. The next eyeshadow palette, I don't know if you guys have heard of this. This is like an Amazon brand which one of my friends got me from work. So kind of her to get me this. So this is the Beauty Glaze Glitz Glam eyeshadow palette. So this is what it looks like. It's stunning. You can see I've literally never used this. I still have the film on it. Yeah, so the eyeshadows look stunning, but because I've only ever used, like, in terms of, I've never used Amazon eyeshadows. I've used eBay and it made my eyes like really teary, so I'm not sure whether it's going to work for my eyes because I have quite sensitive eyes, but the shades are right up my alley. Sorry about the reflection, but yeah, the shades are right up my alley, and the shimmery colours are gorgeous. So next I'm going to be going through my sleek palettes. So the first ever eyeshadow palette I ever bought was this one here, and it's the Sleek Sunset palette. So this was before, I probably had this for about 10 years to be honest. Honestly guys, 10 years very easily. You can tell I hit pan on the majority of the shades. So yeah, I remember saving up all my little pennies to get this eyeshadow palette, and I used it religiously for such a long time, and I can't even believe I kept it. I thought I'd thrown it away, but yeah, had it for a long time. Not going to be keeping this eyeshadow palette just because yeah, I can't safely use this on my eyes. It's been with me for far too long. So with this I'm actually just going to bin it because I just don't think it's safe to use it. So the next sleek eyeshadow palette is this one here. So this is, what's it called? The Ultimate Mattes. It's like a bright eyeshadow palette. Colours are stunning. I bought this because I was going to Ibiza and I wanted like a colourful eyeshadow palette, but I don't even know if I really used it whilst I was on holiday. But yeah, I'm not going to keep this because I just know I won't reach into it. The colours that I would use are the pinks and the orange, which I have in other eyeshadow palettes. I think I'd rather invest in a higher end, brights palette. I feel like they have so many out on the market. So I feel like there's so many out there on the market, so I might just invest in one. Then I'm going to be talking about my 2 Revolution palettes. So the first one is the Iconic Division Reloaded. I think that's what it's called. It is stunning, but I don't use it. And these eyeshadow formulas, even though I do like it, it's definitely my favourite in terms of drugstore. Just crumbles on my eyes. I don't use it, so I'm going to get rid of this one. And the other eyeshadow palette which I have from Revolution is this one here. So this is like the warm eyeshadows. So it's called the Reloaded Neutrals, and I do like it, but I don't really reach for this eyeshadow palette. Yeah, and the colours I have in other palettes, I do like it. I think in terms of the drugstore it's really good. However, if you have sensitive eyes, which I do, this might not work for you. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of this because I feel like I know someone who would really like this. The next eyeshadow palette is this one here from Benefit. So I got this when I used to work for Benefit, and it's just called the Big Beautiful Eyes. So it's kind of like a little palette. It's got like a concealer there, which would never work for my skin tone, and then 3 shades. This eyeshadow palette is rubbish. It is really bad, and I remember getting it and thinking this is rubbish. But obviously when I work for the company things are different, so you can't really, you know, point blank be like this is not great. But yeah, it just doesn't do anything for me. The shades are not crumbly, the quality is not good. I don't like it. Definitely getting rid of this. So next I have my Only Devious Place eyeshadow palette. This I think I also dropped whilst I was on holiday. So did I drop it? Yeah, I dropped it, and this shade here is a bit crumbly. Still there, but it's a bit crumbly. I just don't reach for this eyeshadow palette, and I don't know why, because it's absolutely bloody stunning. Like, the green is gorgeous, that blue is everything. I tend to, when I did use it a lot, I tended to use it for nights out. But yeah, I do like it. I definitely will be keeping it, and I kind of want to try out other stuff from Devious Place because they have so much hype. I do like the shimmers. I do like the shimmers in this palette. However, they're just a bit crumbly. Like, they're not, a lot of people hype it up, and I don't know what I expected. They're a bit crumbly. They're nice, but it's nothing mind-blowing. But yeah, I love, I like the idea behind the company, and I do like the way that they put their shadows. I like the packaging. It seems like a really nice brand. I do want to buy more stuff for them, but I'm not like blown away by the quality. And in the UK it's actually not that cheap. So I know in America people always talk about how inexpensive it is, but in the UK it's not actually that cheap. So yeah. And then next I have this little MAC palette. This is probably one of my first ever palettes I ever bought. And in here I have some, I bought a palette from eBay, which yeah, so I depotted some of the shades that I really liked and put them in this palette. But however, I think these 3 here are actually MAC. The others are the eBay. The MAC ones I've had for far too long. I remember, I won't even go into that. Yeah, so the MAC ones I've had for too long, so I'd have to throw them away anyway. And the eBay ones I just don't love. So I think I'm just going to get rid of this whole eyeshadow palette. And then I also have this MAC palette, which I remember when I used to work for Benefit / Debenhams, I bought this with my discount. I was so excited to buy it. It was the most expensive thing I'd ever bought. But yeah, I just don't reach for it that much. I don't know why, because the colours are really nice. Yeah, I need to dig into this a lot more because I do like MAC eyeshadow palettes. Well, the big ones like this. I don't know about the others. But yeah, I just forgot about this because I have so much other stuff. So the next drawer is my face drawer. You can see this is a crazy drawer. So yeah, let's get into this drawer. The first foundation which I'm going to be getting rid of is because I've actually used it all up, and I will be repurchasing it, but just in the right shade. So I use this as a foundation mixer because it just was too light for me. So yeah, like this. But yeah, I'm going to bin this because it's actually all finished. The next foundation I am also going to be getting rid of is this Milan Conceal and Perfect foundation. I actually think it's very similar to the to the Revlon one that I just showed you, but I don't really like the formula of this, and the shade that I got is not the right one for me. It's too light for me again. I'm not very good at shade matching, as you can tell. So yeah, I don't like this. I don't like the formula. I feel like it's very sticky. The next foundation is this L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover. I bought this about 2 summers ago. I used it one summer and I haven't used it this year. I don't know. I don't remember hating it. I remember thinking, oh, it's very full coverage. But yeah, the shade range on this really does suck. It is absolutely, it's a really, really, really bad shade range. So yeah, I don't know about this one. I'll see at the end. The next foundation which I'm going to be talking about is this Maybelline Satin Liquid Dream Satin Foundation. I bought this about a year or so ago. I do use it here and there. The shade match is actually very, very good, but I find it quite patchy. The coverage isn't good. I have a lot of like dark spots from old breakouts. So this doesn't really cover unless I layer it up. So yeah, it's just not one of my favourites, but it's nearly done, so you can tell that, you know, it's nearly done. So I will just finish it off and then I'll just get rid of it. Next is this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation. Now I got this again in the wrong shade because I think this was the darkest shade that they had left because it was so popular when it first came out and I wanted to do a review on it. So I picked this one up thinking, oh, it'll be okay. No, it wasn't okay. So yeah, I would have to pick this up in a darker shade, or I can mix this in with one of my foundations. But yeah, I'm not in love with this. So, but I think it might just be because of the shade. So I might try this out in a different colour. Next is this Lasting Perfection by Collection Foundation, and I got this because everyone hyped up the concealer, so I thought I would try the foundation and the concealer at the same time. Yeah, I don't love it. It says it's flawless coverage. No, oil free. I think it looks quite oily on me. It does anything that it says it claims that it does, so yeah, I just not in love with it. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of this one as well. So the next one is this L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. Okay, so I bought this because it brought out some dark shades. So I was very excited. I think this breaks me out. So I'm not that sure on it. I think it gives me spots. So I'm not sure whether to keep it or not because I haven't used it in a few days, and I haven't got any spots. But when I do use it, I feel like I'm breaking out so much recently, and I just can't put my finger on what is breaking me out. And this is a foundation that I've been using religiously for a couple of weeks now, so I don't know. I'm going to put this in the maybe pile because I do think it breaks me out. Okay, let's get on to some higher end foundations. First one is this Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. Mine is in Deep 74 Warm. The shade is okay for me. This is a strictly night out foundation. I wouldn't use it on a day to day. I think it's just a bit too thick. I do like it. It's not mind blowing, but yeah, it's okay. I will keep this one because it was so expensive. The next foundation is NARS foundation. I got this in TK Maxx because yeah, I needed a foundation for holiday. So it's the Sheer Matte foundation, and I haven't even used it. I feel like it was too dark. Like, I get very dark on holiday, but I don't think I get this dark on holiday. You can't tell the colour because of the frostiness. It makes it look lighter than it is. But trust me guys, this is very dark on me. So yeah, I haven't used it. So I will try to mix it in. I will try to mix it in with other shades, but I'm going to keep it for now, try it out. If I don't like it, I will get rid of it. The next foundation is this Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. So yeah, it's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Okay, this is my summer shade. I bought this for holiday. I really like it. Yeah, it's a great foundation. Can't say anything wrong. So yeah, I will keep this one. The next foundation is the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. I do not like this foundation, really. It makes my face feel like it's sticking together. So I feel like I might get rid of this one, actually. It is a nice one, but the shade is wrong. The shade is very peachy red, and I'm slightly more on the yellow side. And yeah, I just don't like the way it feels on my face. So yeah, I'm finally going to part with this one. Next is the Too Faced Perfect Peach foundation. So I got this when I went to London to see my sister. The shade is Mocha. It's the wrong shade for me. I would really like to try it out in a different shade, but because it has perfume, I'm just quite reluctant to try it out. I will keep it and use it up because it's not a bad foundation, and it's a little bit lighter than me, so I could mix it in with some of those darker foundations. But yeah, I wouldn't repurchase this just because it's got perfume in it. The next foundation is the Fenty Beauty foundation. This is a great foundation. Shade is actually really, really good for me. I might actually purchase this in a darker shade. Just, I don't know, I like my foundation to be a little bit darker. Not darker, but do you know what I mean? Just, anyway. So yeah, I like the shade, but I might go a shade darker if I was to repurchase it. Formula for me is very good. It sets on its own very nicely. However, my skin is so dry at the moment that I haven't really reached for it because my skin is so dry. So yeah, I think it's a good summer foundation though. Really good summer foundation.